Hello. I like all these guys looking back at me in the front row. I think I had a dream that started like this once. It was different. None of them were white in my dream, but this is sort of like, you can't win them all, you know what I mean? You guys definitely weren't in my fucking dream, I can tell you that. Wake up with a sawdust pussy for sure for that one. Like, Jesus. I feel like I'm in a weird mood, you guys. I'm in a weird mood because I went back to Canada recently and visited my family. I know you're probably like, oh, she's Canadian. She's such a loud cunt. We assumed she was American. But are you guys the Americans? Who's the American? You're the American. Yeah. Well, fuck you. So that's fine. We're the nicer, more sane ones that we can get abortions. We're winning up in Canada. We are fantastic. But I was back there and I just came back. Like I just flew in. So I'm all jet lagged and fucked up. But like that's not what's messing with my head right now. I saw something on the flight on the way back that I can't stop thinking about. And you know when you see something and you just keep replaying it and you keep going, did I just see what I just saw? So on the flight, like almost no one was wearing masks, right? Except for one guy. One guy was wearing a mask, and I'm a feminist, obviously, so I'm like, your body, your choice, sir. You can do whatever you want. So he had the mask on, and like halfway through the flight, he pulled it down and went, what the fuck? I was like, bro, do you even know what these things are for? You literally pulled it down to cough your shit on the rest of us. But that's not what threw me. Like the rest of the flight, all I kept thinking about was imagine how he thinks he's supposed to use a condom. Men are trash. Welcome to my TED Talk. Relax. I hear all the hairy-legged feminists be like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm from Canada. I went back to visit, went and hung out with my mom. 0 stars, would not recommend, in case you were wondering. She's quirky. That's what we call somebody in Canada who has mental health issues. And we just completely fucking ignore it. She's just off her tits all the time. We all just go, oh, she's a hoot. She's a bit of a character. She's an absolute cunt, just for the record. We're being really honest. And like she does this thing, my mom now, she's like a professional Facebooker. I don't know if anyone else's parents are like this. She sits at her iPad all day like it's her fucking job. And she just reposts recipes that she'll never make for us ever. And photos of lost dogs from other countries. It's like from 7 years ago in Guatemala. I'm like, girl, even if it's dead. Like even if they found it, it's dead. Like just stop doing that. But the worst thing she does on there is if I start dating somebody, she will add them as a friend on Facebook. And then when I stop dating them, she won't remove them. One of the guys that I was seeing, it was his birthday recently, and she wrote, happy birthday, we sure do miss you around here. No, we don't. He never made me come, ever. And I wrote that right below her comment. Got way more likes, I'm telling you. Even his mom liked it. Yeah. I guess he didn't make her come either, so that's... She's ridiculous. But she's not the worst one, right? She doesn't pressure me to have kids. I think she found the whole experience like pretty disappointing herself. So she's not the one who pressures me. It's my friends, because my friends are all like sad and tired and like come to the dark side. Like be one of us, right? And every time they do this, anytime I'm holding one of their disgusting looking children, and I'm just sitting there and they're like, oh, that looks good on you. That looks so good on you. And I go, yeah, I know. You know what else actually looks really good on me? 2 black guys. Just because something looks good on me doesn't mean I have the fucking energy to deal with it every single day of my life. I wish I did. I wouldn't choose your fucking kids, I'll tell you that. And my friends, they're gorgeous women. They're gorgeous women, but they're all self-professed gold diggers. They don't give a shit, right? They're all driving Range Rovers and have Chanel bags, and they live in these huge homes, but their husbands are trolls. They are so disgusting. And what happens when you marry and have a child with someone who looks like a fucking elf? Your children are repulsive. And no one wants to say it, right? No one wants to just call it what it is. I figure they just think, we have tons of money, I'll fucking send them to Turkey for a year when they're older, sort them out. That's my favorite thing about living over here. I had no idea everyone just went to Turkey and got everything done. I love seeing people go, I got my teeth done in Turkey. And I was like, oh, fucking no shit. Yeah, I can tell. It's a good thing you went budget on your fucking face. Like, Jesus Christ. How many people do you think of like Turkish Airlines just go home and fucking blow their brains out from seeing the shit they see there? The passports don't even match the fucking people coming back. Border security's a fucking nightmare over there, I'm sure. So they have these disgusting kids with them. I was over at one of my friends' houses, and their kid came walking in, and I went, woof, what the fuck? Why is that dog on its hind legs? And where's his fucking fur? And my friend got so mad at me. She's like, that is my baby! That's my baby! And I was like, okay, if you say so. Like, that's... Couldn't you have just, like, swallowed it? Like, just... If there was ever a time... That's where I prefer to keep my kids, in the back of my throat. I will tell you. It's my... In case anyone's wondering in the front row. Just do us all a favor. Fucking let them drip down your leg. Don't produce that shit. Like, fucking hell. And we'll do shit like we'll go out to brunch and everything, right? And they insist on showing pictures of these hideous monstrosities that they've created. So my friends, they'll pull out their phone and you know, and I'm like, firstly, I'm eating. Like, I don't want to see that shit when I'm eating. You know what I mean? But we'll be out for brunch. They pull their phone out and they'll be like, oh, look at my little one. Look at my little one. And I get so sick of it. So the last time it happened, I grabbed my phone and I pulled up a dick pic I've been sent. Look at my little one. Not so little, you know what I mean? And then she went, can you believe this came out of me? And I went, can you... My favorite thing about that joke is I've never had to finish it. I love this fucking dumb shit. It was like, go on, Mark, finish the fucking joke. What'd you do? I don't know, man. I wish I could be a gold digger. I wish I could be a gold digger, genuinely. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like my kink or if it's whatever. The moment I see an Android phone, I'm like, I fucking love poor men. That is my thing. Android phone, yes. Your screen is cracked? Oh, yes. We are raw dogging that shit for sure. Have you guys ever seen someone whose phone screen is just like cracked to shit, and then they put a screen protector over that? The fuck are you doing with your life? That's like throwing a condom at a baby. Like, what the fuck? The damage is done. There's no going back from that shit. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a kink or it feels like a disability, honestly, right now. Only fucking poor men. It's awful. Cost of living crisis is terrible. Kinks are fascinating, though, to me. They honestly fascinate me, especially with British guys, because you guys are also emotionally constipated, that it takes so much to bring it out of you. And then when you finally feel like you're in a safe space to tell us what you're into, it's scary as shit. Because, like, you've never opened up for, like, decades, and all of a sudden, like, I went out with this one guy, we went back to his flat, and he just went, let me tell you what I'm into. And I was like, mate, can I take off my fucking coat first? Like, relax, buddy. But then I'm like, you know, kinks fascinate me, so I want to hear what he's about to say, right? I'm like, all right, shoot, because what's vanilla and boring to one person might be wild and crazy to another. So you never know what you're going to get. And I was like, okay, man, let me hear what you have to say. But then he got a little bit weird. Like, he'd never really told anyone before, so he was like, oh, Kate. If I get going, I'm gonna... if I get going, I'm gonna, and I went, what the fuck are you gonna do to me if you get going? I swear to God, you guys, I thought at one point he was gonna roll me in a plastic sheet, kill me, and then fuck me in that order. And like, I've never been killed and fucked before, but I think it's a bit like come see, come saw for me. You know what I mean? Like, not sure I'm 100% into that. And I didn't know what to do because my brain started freaking out, right? I saw a pair of Mickey Mouse gloves in the corner and I was like, are those part of it, you sick fuck? You know those big fucking white things? I was like, what is happening? And in my brain, I was going, run, 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 run for your life, you stupid fucking white woman. This is how you end up in all the Netflix documentaries. Get out. But while my brain was doing that, my pussy had a full heartbeat. Do you know what I mean? You fucking know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. You know the fanny flutters? Like, you guys, if you've never experienced it before, I'm telling you, we've all put a plaster around our finger too tight, right? You know, and the end goes all red and it's like, boom, 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 boom. That's what happens. So she's going, girl, run, you're in danger. And she's going, hold up. Let's play this out. Let's hear what he has to say. And this has happened to me at really inopportune times. I was once on a train going from London up to Manchester. That's like 2.5-hour ride, right? And it was one of those hot, awful, disgusting days in the summer where it's just like, it smelled, there was no air conditioning, everyone is pissed off, there's people standing in the aisles, it's packed. I managed to get the last seat on this train, seated directly across from this older guy at a table. And I was like, yes, I got a seat, this is great. And about halfway through, he decides now's the time to eat a warm tuna sandwich. On a hot fucking train in the middle of summer. You're gonna eat a tuna sandwich, you piece of shit. I was like, look at this awful fucking, I mean, I didn't say that because I've lived over here for too long, so I'm passive aggressive like you guys now, and I just looked at the guy next to him and I went like, which is your guys' favorite fucking thing to do ever. And I was like, look at this fucking guy. I could kick him in the balls right now. And then you know when you bite into like a tuna baguette and then a bunch of the bit like pushes out the back of it? So that's what happened. And then he flipped it around and he went, yeah. And she went, huh. I don't hate that like I thought I would. So I grabbed those Mickey Mouse gloves and I just got the fuck out of there. And I was like, not today, Dahmer, get the fuck. Like, I don't know. I do have to date over here, obviously. I'm on all the dating apps. I'm on like Hinge, Bumble, Uber Eats, like all the really good ones. Those are my favorites. I was talking to a therapist. Yeah, I have a therapist, obviously, you guys. Listen to me up here. I have lots of issues. I have a therapist, and my therapist was like, you have to really think about like who you're gonna go after and what your deal breakers are. And she's like, think about like what your non-negotiables are, what you would and would not put up with. Because there's obvious ones, right? If they're racist, if they're homophobic, if they have one of those live, laugh, love signs. Those people are disgusting and never deserve to come. I would honestly rather fuck a racist than someone who has a live, laugh, love sign in their home. Absolutely. And I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, girl, what are your deal breakers? I don't know, I can't think of any. And she went, short men and bald men, I would not fuck them. And I was like, oh my God, that's so aggressive. Like, I don't see a lineup of men looking to fuck you either, girl. Like, where did this thing come from about not fucking short men? Ladies, fuck the short men. I am telling you, they are so grateful just to be invited to the party. They work so hard to make you come. You want your tits to look cute? They have tiny hands. It's like the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. You are not gonna convince me Snow White cooked and cleaned for those 7 little fucks every single day without Grumpy licking her puss out once in a while? Get fucked. No, I had to think about my deal breakers. Mine are the kind that you don't think of, and as soon as I say them, you'd be like, ugh, yeah. Men with long fingernails. Yeah, every woman is like, no, because that feels like someone fell down a well and tried to claw their way out of there. That shit is awful. You guys don't appreciate it at all, right? You know how everyone's like, oh my God, nails on a chalkboard, what an awful noise. Imagine being the fucking chalkboard. Not feeling great. Another one of my deal breakers, oh, I can't even handle this. When men leave their clothes on when they fuck you, you look like a t-shirt fucker, if I'm being honest with myself. You know what I mean? When they leave their shirt on, they just go like... And they do that, you're like, bro, I fucking know you have man tits. Just like, your dick's inside me. I'm not saying you... Well, you look like you have man tits a little bit, but like... But that's not the worst article of clothing men leave on. What is it? So if everybody fucking knows, then why do you guys keep doing it? Your white tube socks aren't making us wet. Like, take them off. I swear to God, the next time a man tries to fuck me with socks on, I'm gonna go to my closet, I'm gonna grab my Mickey Mouse gloves that I stole, and I will give him the hand job of his fucking nightmares. Have you seen those gloves? They are gigantic. Your dick will look this big. I will traumatize the fuck out of you, and you won't even know what's there. It's gonna become one of those visceral memories you forget about. So then one day you're walking with your wife and your kids, and you're at Disney World, and Mickey walks by, and he goes, hey guys, how's it going? And you're gonna get hard but start crying and have no fucking clue what's happening. Thank you guys so much. I'm Kay Barron. Have a good night.